Hello everyone, so I basically just wanted to talk about Dead Space Remake and just how amazing this game is, on its own and especially in comparison to the original. First of all, it's so surreal that Dead Space has actually come back. A few years back, I didn't think EA would release a game like Dead Space ever again, like a strictly single player game, let alone Dead Space itself, especially after the third game. But everything kind of changed when they released and saw the success of Jedi Fallen Order. All of a sudden, EA was like, oh shit, people actually like these games, and we're all just sitting here like, yeah, EA. People have never stopped liking single player games. But yeah, so the original Dead Space was already amazing, and they just made it even better, essentially. Personally, I would have settled up for a remaster, but they made an entire remake. They remade the whole fucking game, so I was like, sign me up. The reason I would have settled for a remaster only is because the original had a lot of issues if you weren't playing on an original PS3 or 360. Like, the zero gravity sections couldn't be played above 30 FPS on PC, or else the game would just bug out and you'd either die or your game would just crash. So what you had to do was keep enabling and disabling VSync over and over again so that you could cap the frames for the sections that don't work. So playing the original is just a huge pain in the ass, but even though it's a great game, but yeah. Anyway, what did they do right in this remake? So the first and biggest thing, in my opinion, is the fact that Isaac actually talks. That may sound like a small thing, but it really does make a huge difference. Like, they also brought back Gunnar Wright, which is Isaac's original voice actor from Dead Space 2 and 3, and he's great. It adds so much more emotion and character to this game when something happens and Isaac reacts accordingly. It really does make a difference. Now, they made Isaac's face look more like Gunnar Wright instead of how he looked in the originals, which I honestly kind of don't like his new face as much, but it's not the end of the world. Like, it's something I can get used to. Now, the second best thing, in my opinion, is the improved gore. So you can literally blow off every piece of flesh on the Necromorph's entire body, pretty much. It's kind of like what Doom Eternal did, if you've played that game, but it's better than Doom Eternal. Like, it's really realistic, while in Doom, there was a limited number of places that you could blow the flesh off of, if that makes sense. Also, blood actually gets onto Isaac when you're fighting up close, which looks really good in this game. I'm honestly really surprised the older games didn't have this feature, because I'm sure the PS3 and 360 could handle it, but maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't really know. It's been a long time. Honestly, the old games might have done it, but I don't really remember. If they did, it must have been like very subtle, because I don't remember. So let's talk about the asteroid shooting section. So if you played the original, you know that there was a turret section of the game where you had to shoot down asteroids, and it was unnecessarily hard and just honestly just not very fun. I mean, I don't think many people like turret sections in games anyway, so that's like not surprising. So what they did in the remake was pretty much completely rework this section. So now you just go out into space. Isaac just aims at the asteroids like you normally would, like you just aim at them and just press X or A on Xbox and the asteroid just gets shot down. And it's that simple. Infinitely smoother and less irritating than the original. And the original actually had a trophy to do that section without losing that down to 50% health or some shit like that. So that just made that even more frustrating. That's something they did not have to change in the remake, but they did it anyway, and I couldn't be happier. My one and only real problem with this game is that traversing the Ishimura, which is the ship in this game, mostly on New Game Plus, gets really fucking tedious. Like, especially when you're looking for collectibles and stuff like that, because there's no fast travel. There's only the tram, which takes you to certain sections of the map, but you can't use the tram within those sections, if that makes sense. If you could put down waypoints, it would be a little less annoying, but you can't do that. So if you're looking for a very specific location in a specific room, you have to constantly open your map over and over until you finally get there, and it's pretty annoying, honestly. But besides that, I honestly can't think of too many things I dislike about the game. They truly went above and beyond with this remake, and you can tell that they really had a passion for this game. I honestly feel really bad for the guys that make Callisto Protocol, because some of those people actually worked on the original Dead Space, and I'm sure they would have loved to work on this remake, but instead their whole fucking company just got dissolved in like a few years back. So they made Callisto Protocol instead, which was not well received, like, at all. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, that's about it. I'm currently doing the impossible mode, which is the permadeath mode. So wish me luck. I will need it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.